Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday morning podcast for Monday, May 18th, 2026. I got no voice. I got nothing, man. Yeah, I did 3 shows in Atlanta, 1 in Florida. I had a night off. But then I had like a fucking 6 a.m. pickup, flew back from Florida, landed, went straight to my kid's school from this talent contest thing. That was kind of like Kid Coachella. Like it was like there was a whole bunch of bands and it just, standing outside, talking over the music like an idiot, right? And then last night I did a benefit for a buddy of mine and I had to do my act again. So this is what I sound like. So it's going to be chill. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy listening, which is what they used to call yacht rock before those people called it yacht rock. It was never yacht rock. It was soft rock. It was easy listening. It was singer-songwriter. That's what it was called. It had nothing to do with boats. I still don't quite know how that happened, but it kind of annoys me. You know what I mean? I don't like when somebody from another fucking generation starts telling me, starts redefining what the hell I was doing, Just stay in your own fucking generation. You cunt. This has nothing to do with that person either. It just has to do with the fact I'm annoyed that my voice is like this right now. Or at least if you're going to do it, fucking compliment them. The way Tom Brokaw blew the fucking greatest generation. I mean, what were they called before that? The fucking farmers or whatever the hell they were. What were they called? Why do they name generations? I'll tell you why, because we're all fucking slaves, man. I did a joke last night, and in the middle of doing the joke, after all the fucked up shit I said, I brought up Brazil. Somebody yelled out, they have slaves in Brazil. I'm just like, all right, what am I supposed to do? Do I have to vet every country? Like, what are safe countries to bring up? Where somebody can be like, well, just to let you know, they're the reason that fucking there's no real sugar in Coke anymore, whatever the fuck they're going to say, right? I feel like Iceland and New Zealand, as far as the white world goes, and whatever race you are, why don't you chime in? Like, what's the best your people are doing? I feel like for Caucasians, obviously the bar is set really low. I love when like white people talk about black people stealing and they don't have like the irony. They don't see any irony in that. It's just like, if you want to talk about thievery, I think we got it down. How many genocides have they committed? I mean, like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what you're doing is you're listening to the fucking propaganda. All those times when I was fucking growing up and we would attack another country or another country would do something to us, we used to always say, they don't like us, they don't like our freedom. They don't like our freedom. They don't like our movies and our jeans. Is that what they're doing? Is that why we're in Iran right now? We don't like the way they dress? Did they have a mini-series on Netflix that we weren't a fan of? Anyway. The fucking worst ginger of them all. Did you see this shit? This is fucking amazing. The guy doesn't pay his fucking taxes. And somebody at the fucking down at headquarters published that he doesn't pay his taxes, and then he sues for defamation of character. Dude, that guy always fucking wins. It's unbelievable. There's like nobody does vengeance like this guy. This guy is like, I don't know who to compare him to. He's like it's like an undefeated record. Like, if you fuck with that guy is going to come back, take whatever the fuck you said he shouldn't have, he's going to take it like right in front of your face. I mean, even if you don't like the guy, you got to be amazed at that. He went to a fucking roast and they made fun of him, including Obama. And then like fucking 2 years later, Obama's like, all right, enjoy your house. Handed him over the fucking keys. This piece of shit doesn't fucking pay his taxes. Or I should say this typical fucking, businessman at that level doesn't pay his fucking taxes. He gets busted for it. And I guess it's not like being a sex offender. You're not supposed to put it on telephone poles. So somebody down the fucking headquarters did it at the IRS. So now he's suing him for defamation of character. There's no like, hey buddy, there's no like, well, how come you didn't pay your taxes, you piece of shit? I thought you're trying to make it great again. How's it going to be great again if guys like you don't pay your fair share? There's none of that. It's like, how dare you let everybody know that I'm a piece of shit? And then he's also infiltrated the IRS. He put his own people in there. He's suing them for $10 billion. They've never paid out more than $100 million. They're settling for like $1.5 billion. By the way, that's our money to pave the roads and for public schools. He's going to take it because they had the audacity to publish the fact that he doesn't fucking pay any taxes or he doesn't pay his fair share. So now that he's getting shit about it, he goes, I'm going to give the money to the people on January 6th. And that's all he has to do. Now, who's going to follow up to see if he actually does it? I don't think anybody is because they're going to be afraid he's going to sue them for $20 billion for snooping. Anyway, you got to give it up to the guy. The guy lives in litigation. That's a fucking home game for him, and he fucking wins every time. He goes into every fucking thing. He fires everybody, puts his own fucking people in there, and then just fucking does whatever the hell he wants to do, and people still love him. It's amazing. I mean, the guy basically said the last time, they stole this election from me, which caused January 6th. And then this time around, he wins. And a couple times he slips up and says the Tesla guy put his thumb on the scale. And the same fucking people who attacked the Capitol, they got no problem with it. I guess it really is like sports. Speaking of sports, how about those Buffalo Sabres facing elimination, going into the Molson Center in Montreal, Canada, with the most passionate fans. And I mean, they're fucking loud as shit. I hate to say it, but they are. But I will tell you this. Buffalo survived it. Their fucking goalie, 3 straight shots, 3 straight goals. They pull him. The other guy shuts him down. Buffalo comes back to tie it. It's 3-3. Then they score 5 more goals. And I got to tell you this, it was 8-3. And the Molson Center was fucking empty. At least the lower bowl was. And I'm not going to shit on Canadians fans because every fan base does that in a game like that. They just fucking walk out. And then you want your team not to quit, even though you did. Even though you did. You're like, I'm not going to watch this loss and sit in traffic. And you choose yourself and you fucking leave. So shout out to the Canadian fans that actually stayed. So we got a Game 7, people. And when you have no life and you got nothing going on and maybe life is kicking in the fucking seeds, you got to love a Game 7 to pull you out of the mud. So I'm excited. I'm assuming that's tonight. Game 7. Jesus Christ, there's no way they played back-to-back and this game's already happened and you guys are already laughing at me. So here's the thing. They're a team from Buffalo called the Sabres. Are they not only going to win Game 6 and 7, they're going to go home for Game 7? Is it in Buffalo? Bill, do you think you could have done some fucking research before this? That's not what this fucking podcast is about. They fucking, historically, Buffalo teams have grabbed their fan base's hearts, ripped it out of their chest, showed it to them, and thrown it down the fucking street. So now here we go again, a Game 7. Wait a minute. What am I talking about? Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Fucking Brian May won that game. Was that against us, that overtime game? Overtime, dude. The Sabres have it in them, and they also got fucked in that 99 thing. So, It's weird. I have a lot of friends of mine that are Canadian fans, and I don't give a fuck about that rivalry anymore. They haven't won shit in fucking, I don't know, since what? Bill Clinton's first, since Bill Clinton didn't stick a cigar in that woman's vagina. Dude, when it comes to picking leaders of this country, we're like the Bears trying to get a quarterback. Hopefully we'll get to like them and we'll finally... We had that fucking horn dog in office for 8 years. And then we had the fucking summer school kid, George W., right? And then we had fucking Obama, who was really, like, probably the best at all as far as, like, speaking and all of that. Actually being able to give a speech. But then he had hope and all of that stuff, and it just didn't happen. So it was sort of the typical results. Then we got the reality show guy. Then we go to Mr. Magoo, and then we go back to the reality guy. I don't know. This is like a fucking, it's like a rock band that can't get out of its own way. It's like every time they start getting going, somebody else has to go to rehab. I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe this $1 billion will make the Grinch grow a heart. But who gives a fuck? If he doesn't, that doesn't mean citizens can't do great things. Last night I did a fucking benefit. And I want to thank everybody who came out during this brutal fucking economy. It means a lot to me. We raised money for a great cause. And at the end, one of my buddies, amazing musician, he put together like an all-star band, and we played like 4 songs, did a quick little rock show. And I gotta tell you, one of the songs we did was Kiss, Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day. We did that song, and that's a fucking fun goddamn song to play. I was never like a Kiss guy, but I liked Heaven's on Fire my freshman year of high school. Like, that's the one that I liked. But I kind of missed, they had already taken the makeup off. You know, it's kind of a reoccurring theme. I'm always late to the party. Like, dude, 5 years ago. You should have been here 5 years ago. That's when this, when I moved out to LA, Sunset Boulevard was dead. Everything that was all fucking, I'm talking about the 90s. You missed it, man. During the hair metal scene. I sometimes wish I started being a comedian before that and I ended up in fucking LA just so I could have walked down the street and just seen that whole fucking, all of that stuff that was going on, all of those goddamn bands going to the fucking Rainbow Room. I started comedy right after the big 80s, and everybody was fucking in rehab and getting their wages garnished. There was a little bit of fucking confetti in one party hat on the floor when I walked into Nick's Comedy Stop. It was just over. Every comedian I opened for, every headliner, they all kind of had the same opening joke. Like, so I've been sober for 1 year. So I've been sober for 8 months. Everybody was in a program. Everybody who didn't die fucking cleaned up. And then if they wanted to do a gig in like New Hampshire, they had to call the fucking IRS to make sure it was okay. I got married late. I became a dad late. I did everything fucking late. Stayed back in first grade. Fucking, graduated late. Just everything. Worked my way through college. Didn't get my diploma till I was 25. I've just been behind it. Day late and $1 short fucking freckles. So anyways, last night, rented this Gretsch kit. 24-inch kick, and they fucking tuned it up, man. It sounded like the snare and the kick. Well, the snare specifically sounded like Bonham's snare, and then the fucking kick drum was just incredible. It was incredible. So I thought I played pretty good. I always get nervous to play fills when I'm fucking playing in front of a crowd. I'm like, I just don't see this coming back out on one. I'm good at starting them. I don't know about ending them. But I can lock in with the band. So anyway, that was a great time. I had a great time down in Florida. I love that fucking state. You got to be a tough son of a bitch to live down there, man. Forget about the hurricanes. Every body of water potentially has an alligator in it. It's like they coexist with monsters. How do you ever let your fucking kid outside? I worry about coyotes out here in L.A. And I'm not even in the fucking hills. Those things, you know, when they come down out of the hills, they don't give a shit. They come all the way down to the flat ground here. And all of a sudden you just hear it. You hear some dog, you hear all that fucking shit. You don't know what's going on. If they're barking, the dog is barking from the other side of a fence or he's getting fucking eaten. And then it just stops and then you hear the howling. I mean, that's enough for me. Jesus Christ, lady, can you put some fucking pants on? What are you wearing, a bathing suit? She has on a onesie bathing suit, butt cheeks hanging out, flip-flops. Sorry, I'm on the side of the goddamn road here because I don't have time. I'm doing this shit because I did a show last night. I usually do the podcast. Oh my God, can we start something called Douche of the Week? Didn't I used to have something like that a long time ago? I went to this breakfast place, right? I woke up in the morning, right? And my wife had just had one of those nights where she couldn't get to sleep. And, you know, it's a lot if you have kids and stuff. So I said, you want me to take the kids out to breakfast? She goes, yeah, could you do that? I said, yeah. So I take them out to breakfast. And, you know, I'm like, I'm not coming back till like 11. I'm going to give her like, you know, good 3.5 hours here. So I go to this breakfast place. And I've been there before, and the line's supposed to work its way out the door, but the people sort of lined up where the line was going towards the booths. And so there's like people eating, there's people standing next to them. So I kind of get the line to go out the door. And the guy behind me doesn't play ball, and he cuts the fucking line. So I'm just looking at this guy like, really? So he cuts the line, and I swear to God, he orders 2 cappuccinos. Excuse me. He orders 2 cappuccinos, and they go, okay, can we get a name on that? He goes, yeah, it's Brian with a capital B. I swear to God. Brian with a capital B. Oh, who's a big boy? Who the fuck says, who doesn't capitalize it? Brian with a capital B. And then right in that moment, all of my, like, upsetment with him, it just went away. And I was just, oh, this guy's just, he's one of these really fucking insecure guys. And he just goes into his ego. You know, lines don't apply to me. I'm staying here. I'm just going to get a fucking coffee. He's making all of these justifications. Brian with the capital B. I'm doing things. So the anger went away. And then I just started picturing him banging his wife. And she's going like, oh, Brian. Oh, Brian. And he's fucking hammering away going, say with a capital B. Say with a capital B. There you go. And that's how you avoid getting into a fight with somebody. A little empathy. You see that they're insecure. He probably had a fucking mom and a dad that didn't build him up. So now he's insecure. So now he probably read that fucking The Art of War. Like most boys who weren't loved. When they grow up at some point, they just fucking, you know, they read that book, The Art of War, and then they think they have to be a cunt. You know, that's like a red flag if you even buy the... Actually, I bought the book one time to see what the big deal was, and I was just reading this shit going like, yeah, you know, or you could like try to get along with people. You could go in a different way. And trying to get the upper hand on everybody all the time, whatever the fuck this book is about. Keep your friends closer, your enemies closer. That type of shit. Where your whole life you're just like fucking plotting so you can sell more widgets than the other fuck. So I gotta put the windows down. It's getting hot here. I guess it's gonna be fucking hot today. Jesus Christ. Oh, she's got like Spanx on underneath it. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, a little Bruno Mars for you. But don't sound the same. Now, how many buttons do I have to fucking hit? Look at this shit. Okay, how do I shut it off? What do I do? Just hit. Is there no shutting it off? What is this? Is clicking? This fucking car. Do you know, it took me like 6 months to figure out how to shut off the shit they were projecting onto the inside of the windshield. You know, the thing you look out so you don't fucking run anybody over? Oh, I know that dude. There's this guy in my neighborhood, I swear to God. He wears a cowboy hat like Billy Jack, and he wears the moccasins too. And I've just been waiting for multiple attackers to descend on that guy and watch him fuck them all up, you know? See, I'm an old guy, so I remember, you know, a lot of people don't know this shit, but in my generation, if a white dude had on a cowboy hat, you know, and he was wearing moccasins, that meant he was taking karate. Not karate, karate. And that meant he was gonna, you didn't fuck with that guy. He definitely had a knife. Like, walking around with a knife was a big thing in the 70s, you know? And then for some reason, people were into whales and Native Americans. Not in a way to help them, but just more in a way to talk about it and pretend that you're actually doing something about the problem. It was sort of like, what do they call that? Like, not grandstanding. What do they call that on social media? When, you know, there's some sort of social problem and you talk about it, but it's more, so you're not going to do anything about the problem. It's just more like you're talking about it so people can see what an awesome person you are and say that you're brave. Dude, this guy's got a tank top on. I guess it's going to be fucking hot out today. This dude looks miserable. Oh, my God. Fucking miserable. I hope wherever he's walking is going to put a smile on his face. Dude, he looked like a little kid. I don't want to fucking go. Remember that sketch on SNL, The Whiners? Anyway, what else? I'm sitting outside this breakfast spot because I got to... Yeah, I'll tell you, I got fucking therapy this morning. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I'm a little fucked up. So every once in a while, I got to sit down and talk about it. I think today I'm going to talk about my fucking ADD. I don't know if there's any cure for it, but I lost my glasses, you know? And I've been reading like a son of a bitch. And it's kind of funny. You don't need glasses. You just need to adjust where you hold the book. I know that sounds stupid, but it works. That's what it really is. You just got to adjust where you hold the book. That's what I was doing. Oh, there it is. There's my prescription right there. Beyond my navel, but not quite to my dick. That's where I need to hold the fucking book. So anyway, I couldn't find my my glasses for like weeks. And I was like, I got to get some new ones. And I just never got around to doing it. And simultaneously, I got these in-ears for like when I play with bands and stuff, just so I can have the mix in my ear and just see what that's like, because I've never done it. I did it when I sat in with Primus one time. If you can, I can't believe I have these fucking stories. I don't know how this happens, but I did. I sat in, I played that Too Many Puppies, and they gave me like in-ears, but like, you know, they're not molded to my ear. So I finally got those, and then I got some just to put in for like when I go to concerts and something, right? So yesterday I find my glasses and I lost my in-ears. Like, I literally had them for like fucking like 4 hours. I don't know what the fuck I did with them. And my wife, Nancy, she's going like, you know, you got ADD, man. And I was like, I know. I got like 1,000 things on my mind. I remember leaving my drum room and I had difficulty putting the top on. It looks like a mini hockey puck what he put them in. I don't know. What the fuck are you gonna do? Oh, this guy with his Tesla truck. What is he doing? Sitting in the middle of the fucking road? Of course he is. Dude, how, in what world is that pulling over? This guy's like 5 feet from the fucking curb. I swear to God. All of these cars, man, with all of this technology, is just making people worse and worse drivers. All right, this is a controversial opinion. I don't mind the Tesla truck. I don't like the guy. The guy was Sieg Heiled for some reason and didn't get into trouble for it. I like that truck from behind. It's fucking wild looking. I don't know really what you could put in it or why they have like that window shade. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody put anything in the back of their truck, but you can say that about a lot of trucks. Look at this guy. Now, yeah, that's right. Give him a look. Now he's got to ride the bike on the outside of the thing, and the person behind him's got to slow down. I'm just giving traffic reports at this point. All right, let's do the advertising here, shall we? Anyways, that Michael Jackson song, Man in the Mirror, came on, and I was really hungry. And I just started singing along about my breakfast. You ever do that by yourself and you don't even realize what you're doing? I was like, I'm gonna get some eggs and fucking coffee too and sit my freckled ass down. Gonna eat real good. You know, you're just not even paying attention. You're like, this song is actually about something. Bill, it's not about your breakfast. What are you, fucking Weird Al Yankovic? All right, here we go. Ship station. I'm starting with a hot fucking latte. I'd like you to use whole milk. Oh, yeah. All the gospel singers in the background singing about my breakfast. This guy is sitting like a fucking quarter into the road. It's dry, and everybody's got a fucking... Come on, there's a cop. Do your job. Do your job. That's right. Go right by him. Go right by him. You got better things to do. All right, ship station, everybody. As the old sayings goes, if it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. Sounds right until you actually do the math. Well, what the fuck? You got me so chill, and now I have to do math. I'm not good at that. For most businesses, shipping is that thing. What's it actually costing you? Because if nobody's questioning it, it's probably costing way more than it should. ShipStation makes switching easy, and the savings are immediate. Most businesses are overpaying on shipping without realizing it. You calling these people dumb? ShipStation automatically compares rates across UPS, USPS, and FedEx on every order with savings of up to 90%. They also do it for you, so that saves you a lot of time. So you can start with a hot fucking latte. Talking points. Select at least 2 talking points. Rotate across reads variations. All right, I think I can fucking do that. All right, I'm going to choose the first 2. ShipStation is an end-to-end order fulfillment platform for e-commerce businesses built to handle your entire shipping workflow so your team can focus on growth, not on other bullshit. Everything from order management to inventory and returns is centralized in one platform, and with automated rate shopping. You can compare rates, I think it's supposed to be shipping. You can compare rates across UPS, UPSPS, and FedEx with savings up to 90% off. Excuse me, ladies, I'm doing a podcast. Ooh, that's a horrific back tattoo. And she is proud of it. She has it out. Oh my God, that tight onesie. She looks like the American dream. Dusty Rhodes. She got a Dusty Rhodes back. You know what I mean? Where the straps fucking push the fat out on both sides. Are you fat shaming? No. I'm giving it a salute to the American dream Dusty Rhodes. All right, over 1 million businesses leveled up their shipping game with ShipStation, with customers reporting scaling fulfillment up to 40 times while cutting costs up to 30%. Paint this picture for your listener. Oh, fuck you. You got the brush. You fucking write it. You're still piecing together your shipping across multiple tools. What's that actually costing you every day? Not just in money, but in time and headspace. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Thank you to whoever wrote this copy. What would it be like? What would it feel like just to have that one thing handled, to handle all of it? It would feel fucking great. The sooner you switch, the sooner you'll start saving money and time. Get started with ShipStation today and get 60 days for free at ShipStation.com with code Burr. That's ShipStation.com, code Burr, ShipStation.com, code Burr. Taxes and fees apply. Oh, another part of that deal, they can never audit him again, which means he's making sure they'll not bust him again when he doesn't pay his fucking taxes. Also, this fucking Tesla is parked on a corner, so if you wanted to make a left, you had to go all the way around him, and he drives away. I wonder what his name is. I know it starts with a capital letter. All right, Hims. Erectile dysfunction doesn't mean your love life is over. It means it's just getting started with personalized treatment options to help you take back control and spontaneity thanks to daily meds. Through Hims, you can access personalized prescription treatment options for erectile dysfunction if prescribed. Hims offers access to erectile dysfunction treatment options ranging from personalized products to trusted generics that cost 95% less than brand names if prescribed. This isn't a one-size-fits-all. What are you, crazy? This isn't one-size-fits-all care that forgets you in the waiting room. It's your health and goals put first with real medical providers, making sure you get what you need to get results. Think of Hims as your digital front door that gets you back to your old self with unique 100% online access to trusted treatments for erectile dysfunction and more, all in one place. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for erectile dysfunction, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/Burr. You're going to fucking get rid of that spare tire, and your dick's finally going to go up. That's hims.com/Burr for free online visits. Him.com/Burr. Featured products includes compounded drug products which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Okay, well, there you go. There's that. That just happened. All right, look who it is, everybody. Oh, it's Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one goddamn space. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer all in one place. I hate when they do that. From consultation to events and experiences, showcases your offerings with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your businesses. Get discovered fast with integrated Squarespace SEO tools. Every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions on auto-generated sitemap and more, so you show up more often on search engines and bring in more of your ideal customers. Check out squarespace.com/Burr for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use offer code Burr, BURR, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/Burr, all capitals. All right, Brian, for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code Burr to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. All right, guys, this is the last one. All right, Simply Safe. Look, we all want to feel safe at home, but for a long time, home security has meant expensive monthly fees and ironclad contracts that locked you in for years. It was like joining Bally's Total Fitness. No drilling, no stress, and no waiting around for a service appointment. Comprehensive protection. It's not just a camera. It's a comprehensive ecosystem of sensors, cameras for inside and out, and 24/7 professional monitoring in the event of a break-in. Jesus Christ. Fire or flood. Simply Safe. Man, they went biblical there, huh? Simply Safe agents are ready to take action. Affordable pricing, 24/7 monitoring for a fraction of what the traditional brands charge. I want you to experience the same peace of mind I do, which is why I partnered with Simply Safe to offer an exclusive discount to my listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/Burr. That's half off at simplysafe.com/Burr. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Oh, I lied. There's still one more. Okay, this is the last one. Policy Genius, everybody. Talk about how spring is a time to take stock of the important things you need to do. You know, people in spring, I don't know if you do this, but sometimes I like to take stock of some of the important things that I need to do. Policy Genius is an online insurance marketplace that allows you to compare quotes from some of America's top insurers side by side for free. Their licensed team helps you get what you need fast so you can get on with your life. Easily find what you need. Coverage, amounts, prices, terms, no guesswork, just clarity. Policy Genius helps you find your most affordable policy that meets your needs. They answer questions, handle paperwork, and advocate for you throughout your business. Policy Genius has thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and Trustpilot from customers who found the best policy to fit their needs. Protect your family with the policy that grows with your life. With Policy Genius, you can see if you can find 20-year life insurance policy starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. Head to policygenius.com/Bill Burr, all caps, Brian, to compare life insurance quotes from top countries and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com/Bill Burr. Hey, what if Jesus doesn't come back? What if it's Judas and he's just like, I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Judas is back. Ratting out a friend. Oh, Jesus, the shorts with the knee brace. You hate to see it. All right, let's do the, let's talk to your questions. You guys mind if I go a little short this fucking week? My goddamn voice here. Let me see here. Oh, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm going to get some shit about this. I love making fun of that guy. I don't know why. He just reminds me of the dude who fucking passes the class and I don't. It's childish. It has nothing to do with him. All right, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Dear Philly Baguette, I couldn't let the Neil deGrasse Tyson slander continue without writing in. Well, that's why I make fun of him. He's held in such high esteem. You got to do it. You know? I always do that shit. It's just fun. Who was that computer guy? Steve Jobs. I made fun of him too. I'll start by saying that he is an accomplished astrophysicist who has contributed original research, published papers, and written multiple books in his field. He's also been on government advisory boards for the U.S. space program. I wouldn't do that if I were you. That's him advising the government. I don't know. Seems kind of risky. He's also been on the government advisory boards of the U.S. space program. Is the director of the Hayden Planetarium. I don't know what any of this stuff is. This sounds all impressive. And was even mentored by Carl Sagan. I get that he's best known for cringy clips of blowing stupid people's minds on talk shows. That's where I fit in. But for the most part, he's making science more accessible and engaging for people who might not otherwise be exposed. Why should we level up when Neil can dumb it down? It's important work, and we could use more public educators like him, especially in today's world where scientific literacy is being dangerously suppressed and politicized. Thanks for all you do, and go fuck yourself. P.S. Come down to San Diego sometime. I know I haven't been there forever. I get that, but you know something? If Neil's going to come our way, can we go his way a little bit? I've been reading my science book, written by that Billy guy, A Brief History of Practically Everything. I can tell you, the history of science is fucking tragic. It's really tragic because for everything that they figure out, the lizard people somehow take it, they monetize it, and they use it as a way to kill people, poison them, oppress people, and take more power. So, hey, scientists, why don't you stop figuring shit out? What about back in the day when scientists used to get fucking credit before the lizard people started signing them to fucking 360 deals where they get a piece of everything, including the created by credit? He figured it out. I will give it up to him. He figured out how to be a famous scientist where you don't get credit for any of your inventions anymore. You just sign off. Everything that I invent, this company's going to own. There's such pieces of shit. It's going to happen. The last time this happened was the feudal system, and there was a plague, and something else happened, and then, then the Industrial Revolution. It just keeps happening. I don't know what to tell you. I got this. I listen to 94.7 The Wave. I got Prince on right now. I want to be your lover. Going back to the radio. Everybody's wearing shorts today. What is it, Bill? May in California? All I'm thinking about right now is my scrambled eggs and my fucking latte. I'm thinking about my fucking scrambled eggs now. All right, teen facing charges. Oh boy, this got real serious. Well, you know what? My apologies to Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm just fucking with him. The best part is I know he never sees it. He's too busy figuring shit out to listen to some fucking bald ginger summer school kid. There's an old school guy. He's got pants on and a giant fucking Hannibal Lecter hat. Walking his chihuahua. Anyway. Oh my God. Just walking down the street with his mouth wide open. You just get to that age. I could do an impression of him, but my fucking voice is... I'll remind me on Thursday. All right, teen-facing charges. Oh, God. No, isn't the world negative enough? I don't want to hear this. Ginger Genius. Oh, that was nice. That would be my wrestling name. I would be a wrestling manager, the Ginger Genius. I commented on a Reddit post about a kid driving over some geese. A few of the comments on the post were talking about how the kid should be tried as an adult for the crime. I had to disagree. Yeah, it's disgusting, and buddies should face consequences, but get a grip, people. Try him as an adult. What is the point of juvenile law if we just try everyone as an adult the moment we get our feathers ruffled? I see what you did there. And I'm tipping my hat to you. I like that. That was nice. Minors are mentally disabled. That's why we have laws to protect them from themselves. Yeah, their brain, it doesn't get fully developed, according to Neil deGrasse Tyson, until they're 25. I don't know, but aren't you also, your brain is developing in a bad way if you could fucking run over a bunch of geese on purpose. I could see if you didn't see him. Sure, the law shouldn't be based on a static age. Not everyone develops at the same speed, but you're just ready to throw this kid into federal pound me in the ass prison over what amounts to a fraction of what your favorite fried chicken restaurant does every 30 seconds. I mean, that's a decent point. If you're going to try this kid as an adult, you got to fucking lock up the colonel and throw away the key. And what about us all being complicit, eating that shit? I mean, fuck this guy, but do we really need another drain on the system? He could still turn things around and become a functional influencer or something. You know what? This person's a funny bastard. Love the podcast, obviously. I'll check in on you Thursday. Oh, kind of creepy when someone else says it, huh? Oh, Jesus, this guy's got jokes. Oh, my God, I've been here so long that Dusty Rose side piece went by again. Yeah, that's always... That's a tough one, and I don't have the background, honestly, to fucking... You're in a car and you just run over a bunch of geese. Okay, he's a juvenile. You don't want to try him as an adult. Jail's just going to make him a worse fucking person. I don't know. I don't know about that one, man. That's, God makes a lot of fucked up people. It's not always just the parents. Sometimes he just doesn't, you remember those Camaros they used to make? It was called the Rally Sport. And to look at it, it had the same body as the Z28, but under the hood was only a V6, and it couldn't get out of its own way. And if you got air conditioning and you were going up a hill, you had to make a choice. Am I shutting off the air conditioner? Is somebody getting out? He does that with people and their brains. He makes the runts of the litter. And all the other species are smart enough to not feed that one, but we feed him. And then we give it a driver's license. And the next thing you know, he runs over some geese. I honestly don't know what... I see what you're saying. I think that it really would have to be a psychologist would have to talk to this kid, see if he truly understands what he did and if he has any sort of remorse for what he did. But I also don't think that they're not going to throw him in with, like, fucking murderers and rapists. Won't they? Please tell me they'll at least have protective custody or some shit. Ugh. Just the shame of having to say why you're in jail. You know, that classic old joke going around. What did you do? This guy ran over a bunch of geese in my mom's station wagon. I miss station wagons. You know, I really do. All right, here we go. What do we got here? Oh, Billy's Book Club. Oh, Billy. Hey there, Billy Bookworm. Billy Bookworm Tits. There we go. Last week, you talked about reading a short history of nearly everything. That's what I'm reading, yeah. I read that book a few years ago and loved it. Reading that book, made me feel like I was back in history class, except this time I was actually paying attention. Every school needs a t-shirt like Bryson, so I think it's Billy Bryson. I highly recommend his other book, One Summer, America, 1927. I would love to read that. It's a little more laid back as it deals with events such as Charles Lindbergh crossing the Atlantic, Babe Ruth breaking the home run record, and the rise and fall of Al Capone. I mean, that all sounds great to me. So much more going on during that time. Aviation, baseball, and bootlegging. I think you would really enjoy this one. Anyways, looking forward your book recommendation for next month. All the best to you and the lovely family. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, and you know what? Thank you. I have also found that, like, you know, I was kind of walking around. I just had like this anxiety, and it's gone away, but I've never been like, or at least not in a long time, I didn't walk around carrying like anxiety. And I think what happened was I just had too much work, and I was sort of avoiding it by just going on my phone, and I started scrolling and doing all of that stuff. And it's just, instead of quieting your mind, it just ramps it up. And I have found, what the fuck did that lady just do? Oh, she was waving to somebody else that was walking up from behind my car. I was like, what the? She literally like brought both her arms up. All right. Oh, because she didn't know she was going to run into that guy. Okay, I just figured it out. She just fucking lifted both her arms up at the same time like she got into a cold pool. That was her reaction to seeing this guy coming up the street. He was wearing a blue hat, a blue pullover with two thin black stripes, black shorts, blue fucking socks, totally color coordinated. Then he has on orange sneakers. He blew it. He blew it. He was trying to be fresh to death. Is that what the kids say? I have no idea. All right, this guy's playing with his zipper. This is just getting weird. Pats his stomach, good breakfast. He's got a little zip in his step. All right, yeah, so I got away from my phone and I started reading, which slows your mind down and you fucking slip off into naps if you're my age or whatever, and it really kind of helped me. And then also like focusing on breathing from my diaphragm rather than the fight or flight up in the top of, you know, chest, you know, when you just do those big, you just keep doing, you do like fucking 10 of those and really just fucking try to just melt into the chair or something. It's going to be all right. That's what you got to keep telling yourself. It's going to be all right. There's always times in the world where it's not all right, but then most people are good people and they don't want to hurt other people. They don't want to run over geese, and they're not racist and they're not homophobic. And if they're in a business, they actually want to pay their employees. They don't want their employees to go to work scared, go to sleep scared, wake up scared, whatever those fucking nerds talk about. Nia was watching Shark Tank last night, and we had such a great night. After I did the benefit, I went over to a buddy of mine's birthday party, and we were going around the table sharing stories, and of course, I'm thinking I got to break balls and all of that stuff. And I was like, Bill, what if you're just actually nice? What if you just say, what if you're just not a comedian for half a second? So I didn't say anything mean. I just told a funny story. I still told a funny story. I still went to my go-to. You know? I'm the Neil deGrasse Tyson of avoiding my emotions. Anyway. You know what would be hilarious? Is if he was ever a guest on my podcast. Not saying I want that. I like not having guests. And like, he came on all like fucking pissed. You saw a whole other side to him, like fucking, you know, the Al Capone side. I'm a famous scientist. You know how fucking hard that is? They don't give us credit for any of our inventions anymore. They own them before we even come up with them. So for me to actually be famous, you know I don't fuck around. I dot all the I's and cross all the T's. And you and I got unfinished business. You gotta be like, oh shit, Neil is going in. And I would just squash it. I'm sorry. People like you, so I just make fun of shit that people like. That'd be great if they just lined up everything that I've made fun of that I truly actually didn't really give a shit about. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Star Wars. I mean, look, I'm not saying I don't enjoy Star Wars. I just made fun of it because everybody liked it. Anyway, I think that's the podcast, everybody. Yeah, so start reading. Think about your breathing and all that. Try one of those breathwork massages that I did and actually talk to the person before you do it. Tell them all the pain that you're in and that you're nervous about letting this stuff go, and you just kind of get it out there, and then they'll make you feel relaxed, and you can heal. And you'll be nice to hang around. You can have a night like I had last night. Going home to my lovely wife. I watched Shark Tank with her. I kept my mouth shut. I wasn't roasting everybody on the fucking thing. And she went downstairs to make a midnight snack. And she was down there forever to the point I actually fell asleep, and I came back up. And I'm going to tell you this right fucking now. She made the greatest charcuterie board I've ever had in my life. And she like knows all of this stuff about food. So she wasn't letting me take it off the tray. She was organizing it and literally fucking putting it in my mouth like a fucking Greek god. She goes, all right. She goes, chew that, blah, blah, blah. And now I have this little fucking, it was like a little mini piece of toast. Now, because she goes, put that in your mouth as you're finishing that part off. And then she had those little pepperoncinis in there to add a little zip to it. It was fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. So shout out to her for being such an awesome person. All right, that is the podcast, everybody. Go fuck yourselves, but be nice to each other. Help each other out. God knows these fucking cunts above you aren't going to do it. That's it. Thank you once again to everybody who came out. And thank you to all the incredible fucking musicians that came out last night. Billy Morrison, Dave Kushner, Mark McGrath, Frankie Perez. I mean, we just had a fucking great time. We had a fucking great time. And, Scott Schreiner on bass. I mean, how about that band, huh? I mean, it was fucking, they sounded so good. So all I did, I just do what I do. I fucking Phil Rudd the thing. I stay in my lane, and they were awesome, man. We got together, we did the sound check at like 3, and it was one of my most favorite jams I've ever done because everyone had a great sense of humor. Everyone was being self-deprecating, fucking around, and then just all telling stories and everything. And I don't know, man. I fucking love musicians. I really think what they do is like the closest thing to magic. Like literally learning how to speak through a fucking instrument where you can just express yourself like that is fucking incredible. So to be able to, be the Make-A-Wish kid in that band last night was incredible. Thank you to Mates who brought all the equipment out, and whoever tuned up those drums. I fucking, in the words of AC/DC, I salute you, man, because that's one of the best sounding fucking kits I've ever played in my life. It sounded so good. And thank you to everybody at the United Theater in downtown LA. I just had an awesome time. All right, that's it. I'll check in on you on Thursday.